Doesn't have much time left.
Well, every empire is going to fall, and especially when you have one as arrogant, as ours, it's just a matter of time before that happens. So they got to get their shit together, unless if we want to survive. And you look at what's going on right now. I mean, look at the political dynasties that might be running for president: Jeb Bush and Hillary Clinton. Are you fucking kidding me?
Well, they are running, right?
Right.
They're both running.
And now Rand Paul, the guy who tried to get my press credentials stripped.
Why did he try to get your press credentials stripped?
When I first moved to D.C., I confronted Rand Paul with my friend Luke, and we were going to a public press event. We had passes. I was in the halls of Congress, and he just started walking toward me in the hallway. And I was like, oh, well, shit, let's ask Rand Paul the question right now, since he's right here. So I asked him why he endorsed Mitt Romney, because Mitt Romney is a psychotic warmonger, and Rand Paul...
Is that what you said? That's the way you said it?
No, I just said, why do you endorse Mitt Romney? A lot of people who are followers of yours have questions because, he's the opposite of what you claim to be in terms of foreign policy. And Rand Paul just put his head down and kept walking, and that was it. A week later, the video goes viral, and I walk into RT. This is when I first moved to D.C. Walked into RT, and they were like, why is the Capitol Police threatening to come and arrest you and strip you of your press credentials? And I was like, I don't know. And they were like, what did you do to Rand Paul? They're talking about charging you with harassment and stalking. And I said, have them come and arrest me. This is great. Film it. I was like, we're at a fucking TV station. If Rand Paul wants to arrest me for asking him a question, that's fantastic. Let's film it. Let's do it. So it turned out to be all empty threats. But the guy who runs the Capitol media center told me that he wanted me to come in for a meeting. And nothing was in writing because he knew that it was all empty. So I was really nervous. I was like, should I get a lawyer? Let's come out with the story. This is a huge story. But, so they were like, no, just see what he wants to say. Don't get a lawyer yet. Go and meet this guy. So I went and met this guy in an interrogation room in the Capitol building with all of the bureau chiefs of all of the major media organizations in this room. And I sit down with them and I was like, what in the hell is going on? Why am I here? What is happening? And the guy was like, look, how did you get in here? How did you sneak Luke in? And I was like, we didn't sneak in. It was a public event. We have press credentials. And he was like, look, we have worked for decades to get the access that we do to these politicians. And he was like, we cannot have people like you coming in here and fucking up that access. In so many words. It was very House of Cards style shit, where they're basically saying, we have worked to get this special access like this. And it's all it's all predetermined. You probably have everything vetted. You go and they all know you, and they don't want people coming up and fucking that up.
So they don't want anybody asking real questions. Right. They don't want anybody asking uncomfortable questions that would get these politicians to pull back and restrict access. Mm-hmm. So they're saying you're not playing the game.
Mm-hmm. That's what they said.
You don't know the game. We've set this game up for 20 years. Mm-hmm. Abby Martin, you fucker, coming in here ruining our thing by asking them real questions.
We
had questions that we've all been approved.
Right,
they
exactly.
Have softball questions.
Exactly.
Wow.
Yeah, it was a bizarre, kind of weird awakening.
How'd you end that conversation? How long did the conversation
He told me it was
last?
it was a 30-minute conversation, and after I left the office, I taped it all on my phone because I couldn't believe that it actually happened, and I had notes on my old phone. I think it's on my computer, and I was just like, this just happened because it just seemed so fake, and it ended with the guy. I think his name was Mike, and he was like, I'll let you know what the final charges are going to be for you.
Charges?
And I was like, what charges
do you get for asking a question?
Exactly.
Did you touch? You didn't touch him?
No.
So how the fuck could they charge you with anything?
It was totally insane. And when I came up with the story...
Who is this Mike guy? Mike who?
Exactly. What is his name? I don't know his last name.
You fuckhead.
But what's crazy is all the people who will defend Rand Paul to me still, because they like Ron Paul. And look, I voted for Ron Paul in 2008. I like him. I agreed with a lot of his stance on foreign policy and civil liberties. And Rand Paul is not his father.
Right. Is it possible that he didn't, just given this particular circumstance, is it possible that he didn't have anything to do with that?
It came directly from him. I got that confirmed, that he made the complaint and had them come after me.
So he said, I want you to strip their credentials or something along those lines? What a dick.
Yeah.
Rand, you dick.
Rand. It's like, dude, out of all people, Rand?
Yeah.
Really?
Come on, son.